Nice. Always use another layer to repair Elijah's advanced layer. Shit. Alright, this is going to be a very extended conversation. Let's go. Hello, brain tank.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through bits of radioactive muck again?
Are you British? Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Why are you such a dick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
Of course you're responsible. You're my brain.
I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those feelings that motivate you, that sense of righteousness and that rush you get when you help someone, do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are.
Resident 55, but you're the source of most of those glands, unless you're arguing that my thyroid is to blame.
Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Admit it, you're just as glandular as I am. Oh, come on, that stuff's fun. I didn't realize it caused you so much distress. We'll revisit the topic later. Let's go with this.
Well, maybe next time you hear me telling you that charging a napkin with a penknife is a bad idea, you'll listen.
Penknife? Don't you want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back into my head. How the hell did Mobius get hold of my brain? This is too weird. I'll be back later. No, I'm going with this.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
What about the good things? What about a cool breeze on your cheek, the smell of food? Love, I can see your point. What can I do to make this a fair compromise? Too bad, I've got arms, you don't. You're coming with me. Never mind, I want to talk about something else. It's here, one of these two. Let's go with this.
Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat oozing hormones.
Speech 75. Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones? So what, you'd rather just stay here, never leaving that tank of whatever that stuff is? Well, if you like being stuck in there so much, maybe I'll just leave you. Never mind, I want to talk about something else. Let's go with this.
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
So we're at an impasse. You can't feel what I feel, and I can't think the way you think. Yeah, I bet you didn't think of that, huh?
Indeed. Quite the conundrum. conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
I think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't complete if we're separated. Well, maybe we could keep going like this. What do you think? No, let's go with this.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
So, what do you say, Brain? Join me for some more wild adventures? Maybe I have been a little unfair. If you want to stay here, I'll let you. How the hell did Mobius get hold of my brain? Let's go with this.
After the think tank extracted it from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome.
How did he manage that? That seems like a pretty unlikely coincidence. Let's go with this.
I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though.
Huh. Seems like a pretty unlikely coincidence.
Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it.
Well, that answers that. On to something else.
Well, as long as your curiosity is satisfied.
So what do you... Maybe I've been a little unfair. If you want to stay here, I'll let you. So what do you say, Brain? Join me for some more... Yep, let's go with this.
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem.
Yes?
Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
Why? They promised to put us back together once I did what they wanted.
And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
I knew there was something I didn't like about Dr. Klein. So what's so bad about letting the brains get out? They don't seem that terrible. Speech 75, you're part of me. I know you don't want to let that happen any more than I do. Let's go back, go make them share. Come on, Brain, it's stomping time. Let's go with this.
Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan?
The think tank won't hold up their bargain. We'll make them. Let's go. I'll handle the brains. You stay here. You'll be more useful outside my head. Let's go with this.
Right. Look out, think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you want to fill your torso up with those other...
Made up your mind about your brain.
meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Your brain added. Gosh, will use the Sync autodock to retrieve your original heart. Hold on. Brain has been replaced with advanced technologies. Alright. See you, Mobius. Have fun here. That didn't take as long as I thought it would. But first, let us go to DNA Pepsi. Okay. Ouch. Stuff got even more spread out. Alright, let's GTFO. Oh, what's this? Hey, right away, nice. can always use that. Speaking of which, let's heal up.